Representing the 15 to 23 foot class in the center console category, the Release 238RX has an overall length of 24 feet, a beam of 8 feet 9 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 300. Built for offshore fishing with a family, she has a dead rise of 21 degrees, a dry weight of 3,500 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 127 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, Dave East and Rick Riles.
This is the Release 23RX. You know, Rick, there's a lot of boats that we disagree on as far as what we like in an offshore boat, but I think the one thing we both can absolutely agree on, we both feel this is the sweet spot in the offshore category.
It's a lifestyle choice. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's for a family that wants to do other things, but wants to fish offshore.
You know, you want to go chase dolphins, sailfish. You want to do more out in blue water than you want to do inside the river. This is really going to be your entry-level boat. Anything smaller than this, you're really going to have to pick your day. A boat like this boat can hang with a lot bigger boats out there and still be comfortable.
Okay, well, let's look at her bow to stern, because there's features built in all throughout that I want you to see.
Starting up here at the bow, one thing I know you look at in a lot of the boats that we see, you want to be able to walk all the way to the bow. One, you can fight a fish up here, but two, if you do need to get to your anchor or your rode or anything else out here, the bow's fully accessible.
Well, when you say walk all the way up to your bow, walk all the way up to the bow while you're still in the boat.
We've got two nice couches up here that are insulated fish boxes, but they're still down low in the boat. So let's say we remove the cushion. You want to use this as a casting deck. You can still put your knees up against this combing that they left here. So it gives the bow a dual purpose, but a real dual purpose. It doesn't just look like a seat or look like a casting platform. It's both.
I could not throw a cast net like an 8 or 10 foot bait net from where we stand, but I certainly could from up here.
The handrail that they've got integrated into the bow, this is good. It's not in the way. If you are going to throw your cast net or cast or whatever, it's low enough to be out of your way. But if you're going to come up here, let's say if it's rough and you want to walk to the bow, this is something that starts all the way back at the console and it gives you a good solid handrail all the way forward.
I tell you what, here's how I want my console door. Big and easily accessible. You like them in the front, I like them in the side, okay? And that's the door to make it easy.
Well, down inside there, you've got a potty. You do have a lot of storage, but what impresses me is if you look at their wiring looks like it belongs on a big sport fisherman. They've got a battery switch system down there. It's got a built-in parallel. Your batteries are right there. They're accessible. They're easy to maintain. If something is easy to get to, you're going to take better care of it. But when you look at the quality of the way they ran their wires, it tells me a little bit more about how they put the whole entire boat together.
Well, you know what my daddy used to say about me all the time? I could break an anvil. And one of the things I haven't found on this boat is a lot of things that I can break, okay? Look at these cup holders, for example. They're molded in, you're not gonna break them. This console, it's got the drains you need, but it's got the places to keep your wallet and your keys and your cell phone and all this stuff, and a flat open screen, just perfect simplicity. You know, you and I have watched the evolution of rocket launchers, okay? And this is about as simple as it gets, but it's so well done.
What more do you need than that,
right,
really?
You've got it's a seat, it's a leaner. I mean, you can't get any simpler than that, and yet it works.
Well, you've got a cooler underneath, but what I like about it is it opens up so much more room in the cockpit. So for me, this would be the absolute perfect design.
Dave, something we see more of every day are these side entrance doors. This one's really simple, but really functional. For me, you know, just be another 90-pound wahoo I slide in for the day. But you talk about an easy in and out and stepping in and off the dock, that's perfect.
Well, it just goes into the fact that they put a lot of thought into the boat. The transom design, in a boat this size, this is perfect. And the fact that you've got the built-in seats, we see this on a lot of boats, but when they're folded, this actually does become a little bit of a casting deck, but what I like about it, it's low. But what I've got to figure out is how to get released to let me use this boat for a couple of weeks down in the Keys. I like to dive, but what I like to do more down there especially is yellowtail, and they've made provisions right back here for your chum bucket. That's a perfect place for it.
And talk about maximizing your use of space. We went through a lot of live baits today. We had a lot of bites. The live well setup is just right. You know, I like the standing pipes. We've got storage on both sides, yet it's very easy to stand on and cast off. Another simple, functional feature. Let me tell you something. You're getting into offshore fishing, okay? It's not your life. You're not sick like me, okay? You want to do it as part of your family's recreation. 23 feet is the sweet spot, and Release did a very good job with this 238RX entering the 23-foot market.